Data doesn't lie, your go-to for the science behind the art of parenting.
Hi guys! In this video we are just sort of continuing what we started last week in talking about infant feeding, but we're talking about infant formulas in this video. And even though breastfeeding and breast milk is the ideal, ideal is unattainable, it's not recommended from a medical standpoint, or the mom chooses not to, and all of those reasons are valid reasons to not breastfeed. So we have a substitute that has been commercially produced and is effective in providing babies nutrition, and that is infant formulas. So if you choose to use infant formulas exclusively or mixed with breastfeeding, I completely support that choice. I think a fed baby is the best baby because ultimately we want the mother healthy, we want the baby healthy, such that the mother and infant diet is healthy. Mom, she already has enough stress on her, she has enough things that she's going through. Adding that added layer of you have to exclusively breastfeed. I found it difficult to exclusively breastfeed. I wasn't producing enough despite doing everything. So I get it if you need to mix feed, or if you choose to not breastfeed at all, completely respect that choice. So that's what we're talking about, infant feeding and infant formulas. So commercially produced, it's effective in providing babies nutrition. And so here are the sort of big three categories in which infant formulas, actually four categories in which infant formulas are broken up into. You have cow-based infant formulas, you have soy-based infant formulas, you have hypoallergenic infant formulas, and you have lactose-free sort of infant formulas. So with cow-based infant formulas, of course, they start off using cow milk, and the protein in the cow milk is similar to that found in humans in terms of what is present, casein and whey, but it's different because of the ratio in which it's found. It's flipped. The casein is in higher proportion, and that's sort of the part that's not easily digested. So raw cow milk is taken and modified. It's processed, it's modified, diluted, things are added to it, fatty acids, DHA is added, minerals, vegetable oils, it's pasteurized as well before then it's produced commercially. So the AP doesn't recommend, or the American Academy of Pediatrics does not recommend using raw, unmodified, unpasteurized cow milk as a substitute for human milk, or even feeding at all in babies. So with cow milk, when we produce the infant formula based off of cow milk, the things to note there would be, and actually let me leave that, I'll talk about that when I'm talking about preterm formulas because it makes more sense. Anyway, so we can use cow milk across the board for all babies, and we even use it in preterm babies, the modified version of it. Now, the soy-based formula is based off of soy proteins, and it doesn't have the sugar lactose in it. Cow milk has, or infant formulas based off of cow milk do have lactose in them, and that's the sugar form that's in that infant formula. In the soy-based infant formula, it's a soy protein, and of course also modified to add vitamins, nutrients, DHA in that particular infant formula. The instances in which we use a soy-based formula would be for those babies who have a certain condition called galactosemia, or have true lactose intolerance, and really lactose intolerance doesn't really truly start to show itself till about 1 year of age. So in those babies, we do recommend using soy formula. There's discussion out there about babies who have a cow milk allergy doing better on soy-based formula. And we don't have any robust studies actually supporting this, because babies who have a cow milk allergy actually can have a soy milk allergy too. For those babies who do have a milk allergy, or a fed milk allergy, I guess, we recommend using a hypoallergenic formula. Those formulas are really just hydrolyzed, meaning the protein part of it is broken down into like short pieces of proteins, or even more so down into like bite-sized amino acids, like the most elemental level of a protein, which is the amino acid. And that's what we recommend for babies who have milk allergies. So those are sort of the big three categories of infant formulas. And we modify the components of the infant formulas depending on who we are going to feed or who it's recommended for. So in a term baby formula, this is what I was talking about earlier, in a formula made for a baby who is, born at term, the general protein you'll find in there is about 2 to 2.5 grams per every 100 ml of milk. And remember, we talked in our breast milk video that was about 1.6 to 1.8 grams per every 100 ml of breast milk. So the protein content in an infant formula is higher. And this is where we know that it's associated with increased weight gain in babies, and sometimes even puts them at risk for like obesity and diabetes later on in life. So this would be where infant formulas would have a disadvantage. Now, that protein content has a protein energy ratio of about 100 kilocalories for 3 grams of protein. Now we make that even more so in preterm formulas. In preterm formulas, we want about 2.9 to 3 grams of protein. That's a highest, like it's really a high amount of protein, because we know those babies need protein for every 100 ml of milk. And that protein to energy ratio is about 100 kilocalories of energy to 3.5 grams of protein. So it's really packed with a good punch. So that's sort of a highlight on the different types of infant formulas. Again, check out my blog. I'm going to go into a bit more depth into what each one is and what it's recommended for. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask me. Put it in the comment section below, and share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week.